and gentlemen, welcome to another One Piece manga review. This is the review of chapter 1081. If you're on YouTube, you might have saw the short that I did of chapter 1081, but this is the full breakdown. Joined by my guy Jaz, aka Cornell D God. How you doing, my brother?
I am doing good today. We've gotten a really good string of chapters in just shonen this week.
And bro, like damn. Okay, I'm gonna clip this out. But let's talk about My Hero for like a little bit. Like just like a little bit. And I'm gonna put this as a separate video. It won't be in the One Piece video. So like One Piece fans, if you hear Jaz say, "Oh, we had a string of chapters," just know me and him are about to talk about My Hero for like 7 to 10 minutes, but y'all won't notice it. It'll just go straight to One Piece. One Piece fans, we are back. All right, yeah, we're back. I had to get some water and do the My Hero video, but now we're back. All right, chapter 1081, Kuzan, the 10th captain of the Blackbeard Pirates. Dun, dun, dun! As y'all know, we give a brief summary of the chapter, and then we dive into certain parts and break it down. The chapter starts with seeing Garp flying in a la Luffy into Hachinosu. The cool thing is he has Prince Groose build some clay to stop the boat. He then gets out the boat. Everybody's like, yeah, we're hype. Kobe, Garp, everybody's saving him. Then all of a sudden, Hibari sniped. Ice time, bitch. You might be dead. You might be alive. We don't fucking know. But you out of here. Garp's in like, damn, Kuzan, why you did that? And then everybody's like, God damn it, Kuzan's here. We then find out how Kuzan joined the Blackbeard Pirates, which was very wholesome. And I know Jaz will want to talk about that in a little bit. Very wholesome to see two brothers connecting like that, not beefing together. No, brothers don't have to beef. We don't need black on black crime. Say that for the white man, Akainu, nigga. And they even talk about Akainu too. But we then cut back. Garp said, "Oh, that's all cool. Glad you free. But nigga, I'm still giving you these hands." Whap! Punch that nigga into the ground. Bad. Kuzan got hit bad. We then cut to Blackbeard because obviously while Kuzan's doing this, we got to know where Blackbeard at. So this confirms that the Blackbeard ship we saw was more of a thief unit, which I'll dive into my theories on that because I think now I'm so happy it got proven that it wasn't Kuzan because I didn't think Kuzan fit there, even though Verson and Pharaoh did. I was hoping it wouldn't be them because I'm thinking there's a row of chapters that I'll show you of how these chapters reflect certain things, and I think my theory is going to come true. But we then get back to Law finally. The Polar Tang is done. Sachi and Penguin at the bottom of the ocean. John Bark, nigga, drowning. Them niggas got fucked. We didn't see Beppo and Law bloodied up on the ground. Now, I will say, some people trying to say Blackbeard wasn't fucked up. You got to look at his face. Blackbeard is fucked up, and I have an idea that Law pushed him to the brink. It's just Blackbeard is stronger. Obviously, he's the final villain, and he whooped Law's ass. Law is about to get his power stolen because he won't turn Blackbeard immortal. I don't think Blackbeard was going to take it for himself. I think he was going to give it to someone or sell it. That's what it seemed like. And then Beppo's like, "Don't touch my captain." Beppo takes Chopper Sulong drug, which is crazy. Instead of saving the smiles, Chopper made a Sulong drug. That nigga said, "Fuck that. We getting stronger out here. We ain't saving them smile niggas." He gave a Sulong drug. Beppo turned into damn near Monster Point Sulong. That's the biggest Sulong I done seen. Gave Blackbeard the paws, auger, all them niggas. And then jumped in, got his captain, swam into the ocean. Beppo, you better get Law out that water before he die. But Law and Beppo live to fight another day. Can't say the same for Kid and Killer. All right, Jaz, where you want to begin, my brother?
There's so much good stuff in this chapter.
I know.
But I want to point out the cover story. I like
go ahead.
It's very subtle.
I don't know if I even saw it.
It's just all the guys of the Straw Hat Crew.
It's a color page. I thought you meant cover story. Oh yeah. But the color page is beautiful.
But look, hey man, all I'm saying is look at the book Sanji reading, man.
Oh, he the only one up.
Yeah, look at the book Sanji reading.
Oh, Cooking King? Oh! Look, I've been saying Conqueror's coming. I just don't say it publicly anymore because it's like, I'm going to wait till it happens, but ooh.
Yeah, I mean, despite me being a Sanji fan, if he gets Conquerors, if he doesn't get Conquerors, he's still gonna be my favorite. But
Yeah,
like,
but if he gets it, it's gonna be wild on the
if he gets it, it's
timeline.
gonna be hype. It's gonna be hype. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
so excited if he gets it. Oh my
If
gosh.
he gets it, that means Black Flame Sanji all the way. But let me let
But real
let's
quick, can I show the chapter? So 1058 was Cross Guild, 1059 was Boa Blackbeard, 1060 Dragon Sabo, 1063 64 Law Blackbeard, then Garp Sword, then Shanks Kid. It then goes after that when we go back to Luffy, back out of Egghead, it goes Shanks Kid, Garp Sword, Law Blackbeard. So obviously what's next is Dragon and Sabo. So I'm assuming that Dragon and Sabo are the incident that changes the world. He saves his son Luffy, and I feel like Dragon about to kill a Gorosei. But that's not about this chapter. We'll talk more about it at the end. But I truly believe that also in this chapter, we get a mention of who could be Dragon, the man marked by flames, because we know it's not Saul at this point, because what's his name? Shanks needed another poneglyph. We know Shanks just has what Kid had, so it wasn't at Elbaf. We know Blackbeard doesn't have it with Kuzan. Also, they say the man marked by flames has a black ship and starts whirlpools. Whirlpools could be started by the wind fruits or by a weather fruit, which people assume is Dragon. Dragon might be the man marked with flames, and who marked him? The same man that marked Kuzan, Akainu. That's why Dragon and Akainu got beef.
Actually, you know what? Let's start there, because this man marked by flames has become such a plot point that
it's such a red herring. Like, oh my goodness.
It's the, and you know what? I genuinely, for some odd reason, because Dragon's ship is black. It's not pitch black, but like it's a black ship. It's like pretty much the only black ship we know of in the story.
Last time we heard about his ship, there was a whirlpool by it with Sabo when all that shit happened.
Right. So, but then I'm also confused, because I'm like, what would Dragon be doing with a poneglyph? And also, like, people would know if it's Dragon, because Dragon's known by name.
So we know how poneglyphs say multiple things, right? Maybe, and see, this part could be that the world government didn't want this out there. To your point about your tweet about Mihawk, about how they put propaganda out. Maybe the world government didn't want them knowing that Dragon, the world's strongest criminal or the world's biggest criminal, had the last poneglyph. And we also know that poneglyphs also can have multiple messages in it. It could give you the path to Laptel, but it also could tell you something. What if Dragon has the poneglyph that starts to explain the why the government's so evil and the atrocities that they committed, that starts explaining the Void Century?
Or maybe it even tells them about Emu.
That's all I'm saying. Maybe it's the poneglyph that has multiple messages that made Dragon start the whole revolutionary army.
But also, like, in the same vein, I would like for I mean, I'd be cool with it being Dragon, but the more
also a way for Luffy to meet his dad before he goes to the Laptail.
But at the same time, I have a feeling that even though, like, when Oda gives us these mysteries, like, you know, the Egghead Trader, who's the 10th Titanic captain, and it's like, you know, it's pretty much right in our faces, I have the oddest feeling that this man marked by flames is a completely new character for some reason.
Interesting. See, that's interesting.
The more that they give us, I'm like, when we got man marked by flames, I was like, okay, cool if it's Saul. But then we get this, and I'm like, well, Saul isn't active. Like, he probably has healed from his wounds from Ohara, but I don't think it's to the point where he can just like travel wherever he wants. Like, he's primarily on Elbaf.
And Shanks would have had that poneglyph. And look, let me also say, Dragon might have covered the scar with that tattoo, because remember, Dragon Ohara, boom, no scar. He confronts Akainu about Buster Call, scar. And then they beef. No more Dragon and Akainu friendship it's now dragging off to start the revolutionaries. Because you remember, after the horror incident, that's what triggered him starting the revolutionaries, because he might have found A, they destroyed the island, but B, he might have had that poneglyph and had it deciphered before he left.
Man, this is so interesting. Whenever
it's so many clues are leading to him. If it's a new character, I'm not upset at that, but he has to explain it well. Like, it has to be, because there's too much for this to mean. It seems like it's dragging. It's pointing too much at him at this point.
In the final saga, as I mean, I would be cool
because you also have to tie in the revs. Like, how else are we going to tie in the revs to all of this without having it be that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's so mad interesting, because I genuinely think all the players in the final saga are people we've seen before, aside from like Emu, right? Like,
and maybe a Scopper Gaban, just because at the beginning of the trip was Crocus, at the middle of the trip was Rayleigh, and at the end of the trip, I'm assuming it'll be Scopper Gaban or another Roger pirate that we don't know.
Right. So it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's interesting. I just had to get that theory out there because the chapters thing do reflect it, and I do feel that Dragon and Sabo will be at Egghead. That's the difference between Law and Kid. And Law and Kid had no one there with them, whereas Luffy's gonna have Dragon there for his thing. For people thinking Luffy's gonna lose, he's not losing. Like, even if Dragon doesn't show up, I don't think he's losing anyway.
Let me talk about that.
Go ahead,
because I've been seeing that.
Yeah, you've been cooking on TikTok.
Okay, look. So this is my thing, right? We never got to see Law or Kid lose in Sabaody. They got away.
Yeah, right? They did. They didn't face annihilation like Luffy and them.
Right. Because they were primarily after the Straw Hats. At the end of Wano, when it seemed like they were all in the race to like go to Laugh Tale. Like, it seemed like they all pretty much had the equal amount of poneglyphs.
And they gave Luffy the hardest path, quote unquote.
Right. So when we got the matchups, or when we had like Law and Kid approaching Blackbeard and Shanks, everybody should automatically know what this is. This is setting up the real contenders for the One Piece. This is not Law or Kid slander, but this is how Blackbeard and Shanks catch up to Luffy. Because if Blackbeard and Shanks don't catch up to Luffy and poneglyphs, then what's the point of them still being Yonkos? You feel me?
100%. Also, this is how Law and Kid catch up to Luffy in strength. They need to get annihilated so they can grow. Hockey blooms in annihilation. Luffy got annihilated. They never did. And it's why it took two of them to beat a Yonko instead of one. I know people are going to say Kaido got beat down a bunch. Sure. But Luffy still did that on his own.
Right,
Luffy was the only one strong enough to do it like that.
Right. At the end of the day, he was the only one who could finish Kaido. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no doubt in my mind that, like, obviously if Law and Kid ran into anybody else that was like not a Yonko, they would be fine because they are pretty powerful. But this is how you grow in power. You have to meet somebody that puts you in your place, especially for Kid. If Kid does come back, he needs to be way more powerful because somebody did need to put him in his place.
Exactly. But they both need hockey, man. Like, they can't just keep relying on their devil fruits. Like, they're gonna turn out like Big Mom. Like, that's just what it is. Like, they have to gain hockey and get stronger. But in this chapter, I do like, man, I like Prince Groose telling Kenjaku, like, hey, fuck this. Kobe not Garp's successor. I'm a Garp's successor. I like that. I did like that.
I like little rivalries like that. You know?
I
mean, it doesn't have to be a main one, but you know.
I also like Kuzan telling Garp, oh, so you come save your new predecessor, but what you gonna do about your old one, i.e. Pain, Jiraiya, Naruto? Which, you said Garp might die soon.
I mean,
I just don't know if Kuzan's strong enough to end it.
I take that back. I don't think Garp dies per se, but I do think he is out of the story.
Okay.
In a sense, like, maybe they capture him, maybe they do something, maybe they take away his memories, because think about it, they have Pudding now.
Yeah, they do.
So,
but is Pudding with Kuzan or is Pudding with Blackbeard? That's the only thing I'm gonna ask.
Okay, trying to figure out this timeline is interesting, because if Van Auger's with Blackbeard right now and Kuzan's on Fullaled, I would imagine they took Pudding back first, left Aokiji there,
but
then went back. But
they did tell Pudding that Blackbeard's fighting the person who killed your mom.
Right.
So that's why I assume she's with him. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're Blackbeard, would you leave her? Like, you got to keep her with you because that's how you gonna read this shit.
Right, exactly.
So I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
It's very confusing.
But Garp definitely punched the shit out of Kuzan, bro. I felt so good after the rankings. I was like, hell yeah.
He grabbed him. There's something interesting about Garp's fight. Like, I mean, he's a very hand-to-hand combat fighter, but he put his whole hand over Aokiji's face and just slammed him.
And his conquerors is nuts, bro. Like, we saw Kaido go ham with conquerors. We saw Luffy do his thing, but I don't think we've seen, and granted, we haven't seen enough from Roger and Whitebeard, but I think Garp is the first person we've seen that just balls out with conquerors. Like, Kaido balled out, but like, it's different. If it just feels different with Garp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we needed to see a person from the old generation use conquerors because it seems like, you know, they regard them as monsters.
Yeah.
So we need to see like why they were and I mean, we're not gonna see it because it's like, you know, we're not gonna get to see them in their prime until we get a flashback.
Yeah, most we get is God Valley, because I do think we're gonna get that. I do.
I hope we get.
I hope we get it too. Yeah.
But a very like, I thought my favorite part of this whole chapter was the whole flashback part.
Oh, with
Kuzan.
We needed that. We needed that. It needed to be explained how someone as morally right as Kuzan could go work with Blackbeard. And I think, and I'm gonna let you cook after this, but I just want to say this. I think the line of Blackbeard saying, "You've got pirates all wrong. We ain't just a merry band of chums bumming around together. We all profit from our own agendas. That's what makes us pirates. You're free now. So what do you want to do?" I think Blackbeard insinuates in that time of saying like, hey, the Marines aren't what you think they are, just like pirates aren't what you think they are. If you come with us, maybe you'll find the truth type situation.
Right. Like, so first, I kind of want to go over the comedy because I like the comedy. I like the comedy in this chapter.
I do too.
How they were like, how Kuzan was like, you know, I fought Akainu, and they were just like, yeah, what did he say after that? And he was like, it makes my blood boil. Then I said, that'd be the magma. I'm like, he's so stupid for saying that.
And Pizarro's just laughing his ass off. I like how Katarina Devon said, "What called him a prick too?" That was badass.
And the fact that, like, okay, so like in Film Z, Luffy's asking Aokiji all these questions in the bath scene because he's like, well, how'd you lose your leg? And like, why did you and Akainu fight? I thought you guys were friends. And basically Kuzan was saying, I can't answer that.
Yeah.
And then he said, I can't answer those two questions because those are canon questions because we're yet to be introduced to Kuzan. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
He's like, I'm not going to answer canon questions in a non-canon movie. So I like that we still get like more of that. He's like, yeah, he tore off my leg, and we finally get that.
And Kuzan and Akainu has scars all over. I still that Kuzan took it worse, nigga. You lost a leg. Akainu just got scars. That nigga fucked you up.
like a whole leg. Yeah. Which is a testament to Akainu's destructive power. But the thing about the end of this flashback, where Blackbeard, so we know from Jaya, right? Blackbeard and Luffy have the same like viewpoint on freedom and dreams. It's just they go about it in two completely different ways. Like, they're two sides of the same coin. You know, the sun and the moon, right?
Yep.
But this right here, when Blackbeard asked Kuzan to join his crew, at this point, I don't know if I want Kuzan to be in Sword anymore. Because if Kuzan is in Sword, fine. But
I kind of like it as him doing his own thing. Like, I agree.
Kuzan has very visibly seen, and aside from the other admirals, because Kizaru acts like he doesn't care half the time.
But Kuzan might know the truth of the world. Like, he might not fuck with that.
And Kuzan seen like the government do bad things like in front of his face multiple times. So after his defeat to Akainu, he's probably thinking like,
this is someone that I can't talk with. Like, this is someone who Buster called O'Hara. I can't work for this dude. I just can't. Like, with Sengoku, it's like we could talk things through and maybe get things going in a just way. With Akainu, there is no talking.
Yeah, there is no talking. So I like that, because I feel like this is the way Luffy would talk to somebody if he
Mm-hmm.
wanted them to join his crew.
Facts.
Like
Facts. And I like how, to your point, when Lafitte was like, "Come on, bro, we gotta kill this nigga. Fuck this sob story." Like, and Kuzan hears it, and Blackbeard's like, "Nah, shut up, dog. I want this dude to join our crew." It reminded me of when Luffy asked Brook, and everybody's like, "A skeleton? We don't want that skeleton." And Luffy's like, "Nah, stop. We want this musician." Right. Like, it's very similar. Also, just to point out, Blackbeard when he's with Kuzan has his teeth a certain way. But Blackbeard, when he's with Law, his teeth are completely different, insinuating that maybe a different version of Blackbeard fought Law than talking to Kuzan.
Yeah, there's a lot of credence to that
the teeth thing.
about, yeah.
in the souls.
Whenever we find out what's going on with him, it'll be interesting.
Because I watched that video the other day where the initial thing where you meet Blackbeard and they say they, and it makes me think, because Nami says, were there people with him? And then we see the people walking. It makes you want to think that it's the crew that they're talking about that's with Blackbeard, but right. That could just be like Oda saying, yeah, it's the crew, but it's not really. It's him. He's the they.
And also the multiple souls thing would make sense on why he's able to eat 2 devil fruits, because you know, devil fruit equates to a soul, and like if you try to eat 2 devil fruits, that's basically like having 2 souls and one.
If he has 3, you know? We're gonna see maybe he already has an original devil fruit, which is that grants him 3. So maybe the first one is, oh, he can gather 2 more. Now he has his 2, because I think people have been waiting for him to have a third. But it's like, okay, how can he have a third when what causes him to have 3 souls anyway? Maybe it's the devil fruit of him having the soul. Like, I know Brook has the revive fruit, basically the soul fruit, and so does Big Mom. But maybe his is like the life fruit, where you have multiple lives, i.e., in one body, and that allows him to have 2 more devil fruits. Because I think he already has his third, whatever it may be. We just don't know. Because if he didn't, why didn't he take Law's fruit right then and there?
Right, because you think he would take Law's fruit for himself.
He acknowledged how strong it was. He was like, either I'm going to give this to someone in my crew or I'm going to sell it. Why don't you take it for yourself? Because you already have 3 devil fruits.
Exactly. But I'm so sad Hibari got frozen. I'm like,
yeah, because I don't know if she's getting out of that.
Yeah, man, but I'm excited. Like this is a super good chapter. I like, because this builds like more of Kuzan's character.
Yep.
And will he or will he not decide to like execute Garp? You know, because he also has to put on a good showing, even if he feels like
he was like, I can't let Kobe just go. That'll look bad on me. Like he gotta at least take some of them out. Kobe might escape, but Hibari got to stay. Somebody else might end up having to stay as well. Like Kenjaku or Prince Bruce. He might take multiple with him so he can say to Blackbeard, like, hey, I tried, nigga.
Man, I know one thing. Tashigi ain't doing nothing.
She lucky she's still alive, nigga.
Like I know I said what I said earlier wasn't slander, but nah, this is Tashigi slander. Like I'm not even trying to be on my Gege or Horikoshi misogynistic tip right now, but like, what is she going to do?
She can't do shit, bro. She can't do a damn thing.
What is she going to do?
Like, I don't even think Kobe can do anything. Like, does he have armament that's strong enough to?
I say Kobe's competent enough to like hold his own to escape, but Tashigi? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
I also like how we got more of the personality of the different members of the Blackbeard crew, like Pizarro and Vasco Shot being loudmouths. Katarina Devon speak like, I like how she talked as well. Like, we got to see multiple personalities of the Blackbeard crew and how they fit in. But getting to the bottom portion, shout out to Beppo, man. We asked for it for months. Where is the Su Long? Where's it? Now, come on, Beppo could have helped him in Wano. What the fuck was he doing?
I had to give out some apologies, because I had been slandering Beppo for a long time.
I've been slandering Beppo for a minute, but it's like, damn, why you didn't use this in Wano, my nigga? Wanda and Carrot could have used you.
It's insane, because I think
Beppo could have took out multiple people. I feel like Beppo Su Long might be just as strong as Ino and Neku. Like, that's why I'm at with it.
That's what I was thinking, because so if this is actually his actual Su Long form, he's around the size of like Neko Mamushi, who's like a
Mm-hmm.
giant in Sulong form.
Yep. Same thing with Eno.
So, but I mean, I know Chopper had to
Gave
give
him
him a
that the
drug
monster
to
ball. Yeah.
get there, but I'm just like, I just I think it's also like a thing to where like I think Oda was just trying to finish Wano. So maybe he did have plans for
You
Beppo
right.
to go Sulong, but he was like
He might have wanted to drop this monster ball thing in Wano. He just couldn't, you
right.
know.
Because the Heart Pirates have talked to the Straw Hats multiple times before. So I mean
Yep.
it's not unlikely that Chopper would have given Beppo this drug maybe like pre Onigashima or something. But
Mm-hmm.
Beppo just didn't want to use it because maybe he can't control it under like the gaze of the moon as well. That's
Yeah.
probably what I'm thinking because all the minks on Zoe know how to control it. But maybe
True.
Beppo is like not as versed as the rest of the minks on Zoe. That's just kind of where I'm going with it because I mean that rampaging in Onigashima, then you have Big Mom and all this other stuff going on. I mean, that is kind of chaotic.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You're right. 100%. My bad. We had to text my boss something real quick. But yeah, no, I agree with everything you said, Jazz. And like, I'm so interested in this chapter going forward. But how funny is it that Chopper gave them experimental Sulong drugs, but didn't stop Smiles?
Chopper became a drug user in Ennis Lobby and well, I mean before Ennis Lobby, but now he's a drug dealer.
Dealer, yeah.
How does that look on merch? The marketing team's gonna be like, okay, now they have to make a Kingpin version of Chopper now.
Bro, we need. I saw somebody make artwork of Chopper holding open his jacket and Beppo saying, "Let me get two of them."
I need that. I need that.
Chopper said, "Hey, fuck the Smiles. I'm trying to make a profit. You dig?" It really sounds like our D&D crew. If we ever record our D&D campaigns, we didn't do the first one because obviously me, Jazz, and Pharaoh, who are in it, we're trying to get to know it more, and our DM's versing. But I'll tell y'all real quick, the whole purposes of us in our campaign is to gather enough money so we can start a One Piece drug empire and take over the drug world of One Piece. Hey, we gonna have to compete with Chopper.
That's crazy. Nah, we still pre-Luffy timeline.
Oh
so
yeah,
we got
right.
time. We got
So
time.
we gonna
We
be
got time.
kingpins, and then Chopper gonna come up and try to take us out. Hey, we can't let him. We can't let him do us like they did Ghost and Power, nigga. Oh, I'm dying. But hey, shout out to Beppo, man, for real, for real.
Man.
And I'm glad Law is still alive.
Hey, you know what? You know what I will say? After seeing the Victoria Punk go down and seeing the Polar Tang go down, I'm so happy this didn't happen to the Going Merry. I'm happy the Going Merry got its funeral on its own accord.
The Polar Tang hurts. I don't give a fuck about Law. I mean about kidship. Law's ship was useful to people, man. Like that's something. You think he'll get another one?
They gonna have to swim all the way back to Water 7.
Damn, yeah. Where do they go to get a ship now?
Not unless
Holy
they ship
shit.
not unless they shipjack somebody.
Oh, you know they're gonna steal some. I mean, like easy shambles. Like he jacking somebody off rip. But it's like his ship was special for like him and Beppo and the way they fought. Also, is Sachi and Penguin alive? Because like in the bottom of the ocean, I see like members of his crew drowning, and you definitely see John Bart drowning.
You see John Bart.
But you can't tell if any of them is Sachi and Penguin.
If they were in the boat, GG's.
But Beppo did say, "We've overcome so much together, Captain. Please don't die. We can't abandon our crew." Law says, but Beppo says we can't go back, but we got to trust them, Captain. From the freezing ports of the north till now, we've always survived. So I'm assuming that they don't have devil fruits, they can swim, and Beppo thinks they'll be okay.
Right. Also, this kind of so now with this development, if Blackbeard, not saying he would, but the possibility that Blackbeard takes Law's crew hostage, right? Now you have I'm getting more of the notion that this battle royale might happen on full lead. Because think about it. There's a lot of players in this game right now that have beef with Blackbeard. I'm not saying it'll happen, but you got So now we have the sword members on Hachinosu. Shanks is supposed to still deal with Blackbeard. Law might join up with the Straw
Luffy,
Hats, and the
yeah.
Straw Hats might go to Full Lead to help out.
I definitely see Law and Beppo going mess with the Straw Hats. I like Grand Fleet time, baby. You went from Whitebeard nigga to now you alliance.
I'm not sure about geography, but like, isn't Shanks going to go deal with Bartolomeo right now?
Yeah.
So
I don't know how close that is. Yeah,
I don't think
we have no
close,
idea.
Like,
I don't either. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting where the final battle, the battle royale may take place at God Valley for all we know. Like if it's not disappeared.
I think they're lying. I think it still exists.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere for sure. Sengoku be lying about everything, nigga.
I think they probably just displaced it somewhere.
Now, unless
they annihilated it.
Yeah, because we do know that's possible now.
But then I'm also like, okay, all these players are on. Did they just leave and then Emu annihilated it? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Did the Marines get like a call, like get off the island and leave Rocks there? They left Rocks to go find whatever. Maybe Rocks found it, and then Emu was like, nope.
Boop. Got him out of there. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, but I think this next chapter we'll learn some more about Dragon and Sabo. Hopefully. If not, unless we go back to Egghead, and then when we come out of Egghead, then that's when we get the Dragon Sabo chapter, because the reflection of where he's going, we're definitely gonna see Dragon and Sabo again soon. And then after that, it'll be Cross Guild, which I'm excited to see what Buggy, Mihawk, and Crocodile are doing.
Because, like, the thing is, with the Egghead incident in chapter 1078, at the end of it, this is also another reason why I don't think Luffy loses.
Oh, because he was laughing?
Right. The 3 players that are in there is the Gorbachev-looking Gorosei member
who's
with
pissed.
the handlebar mustache, who he's like, not again. So Luffy foiled his plans again. And then Akainu's in his office, like, Straw Hats. So I don't think they lose.
Obviously. I don't think they lose either. And I also think that Akainu's so mad because I think Dragon's gonna be there too.
Right. So I mean, it'd be a great father-son duo.
What a way to introduce him! Like the way you introduce him is he not only does he beat Kizaru, but he kills a Gorosei member, triggering the world war.
And you know what? That might even put Luffy and his dad even more at odds, because Luffy's not somebody who believes in killing. I mean, we say that, but Luffy's probably killed a couple people.
It may put it like it may either connect him or it may make him. It may do something, but either way, it's like we've always heard that Dragon's always been looking out for Luffy. Look at Logtown. I don't think Dragon's gonna let Kizaru kill his son, especially when. And also, we got to know he knows, because Vegapunk Shaka called him. Like, if Shaka didn't call him, it's different. Shaka called him and said, the government's come and kill us. And Dragon's like, what? So ain't no way he not moving when he knows Kuma doing something and his son's there. Like, nah, bro. Dragon is popping up. I truly believe that.
Throughout this whole stretch of chapters, I completely forgot we supposed to get a Kuma
backstory. Yeah, because it's been so crazy. Like, people talking about Wano being long. Egghead might, for everybody thinking Egghead might end soon. I don't think so. I do not think so.
And realistically, Egghead might be like another 10, 15.
And let me tell y'all something. If Dragon is the person with the last poneglyph, I'm sorry, but we might not go to Elbaf. Which it'd be sad, but
I would hate that.
I know a lot of y'all would hate that. Like,
I would hate that.
You would hate it. Verson would hate it. A lot of people would. But I'm just saying, if Dragon has it, Elbaf might be a thing that the Straw Hats do after they accomplish Laugh Tale. And like, how like they show the afters and we see Usopp going there, walking out, like that sort of shit. We'll see Nami doing her like.
See, the only thing about that,
because if the man marked by flames isn't at Elbaf, why do we go?
Then it's like, no, there's no reason to go.
And it's like, okay, we showed you Dory and Broggy through like, why else? Like, it's really telling me like, hey, we might not go there. That's why y'all got to see Dory and Broggy, the Water 7 homies. Like, that was y'all's, hey, this is Elbaf, until, towards the end of the story when Luffy goes there.
But see, like, that would also suck, because not only because of like the Usopp stuff, but like Elbaf was like mentioned way before Wano.
It
So
was.
you would think that would be an important place that they would go, but
I
with
agree.
this chapter and then talking about the man marked by flames,
it throws a wrench in it.
My very first thought was, oh my god, if this is a completely new character, or this is a character we already know that's not associated with Elbaf,
We're not going.
That steers us off the path.
Also, let me throw it why it might not be Saul, because Kuzan didn't know. Like, if Kuzan knew, you know what I'm saying? Kuzan,
right, if he knew, like, he didn't.
The whole
like,
theory is that he's marked by ice, like the ice made it like a marked by flame situation type thing. And if Kuzan didn't know Saul had it, who he helped bring the books with, then how, like, it's not there. That's what that tells me. So, you know, like you said, if whether it's a new character or dragon, right, it's leading us away from Elbaf.
Even Kuzan says it in this chapter. He's like, the man marked by flames? You mean me?
Yeah. So I thought that was awesome.
Because like who else back then would we know that has flame powers? Before the Mare got eaten by Ace, we don't know who was the previous
exactly leader. And that's why my dragon theory has a lot of weight to it, because Kuzan said that joke as well. It's like, me? No, nigga. Dragon who fought Akainu before. Now we're looking at the man marked by flame as people who fought Akainu, potentially. Because like you said, we don't know the Mare users.
Right. Like, we wouldn't know the Mare users.
He told that joke on purpose. I feel like, like you said, Oda doesn't do things without a purpose. He made us think it was Kuzan for so long, and now it's like slowly being revealed of who it is. And I think it's Dragon, man.
But hold on. I just thought about this. This presents another thing, because I was thinking about people
who use
flames in the story. So this might be a little bit off kilter and might be super out there, but we know that like Lunarians are a big point in the story right now. True. So who's to say, right? You have a black ship, you have a man marked by flames.
Could be a Lunarian. Great point.
It could be a Lunarian or somebody who ran into a Lunarian, because
that's not a bad guess. If they do a new character, I'm with that. Like, if they do a new character by making it a Lunarian, and they said it's marked by flames, but he's not really marked, it's just on his back. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, that would be hard. I would rock with that. But then it's also like, how could it? So there's how could King be the last Lunarian if there is? Yeah. And then it's also just like, did this man marked by flames get the poneglyph from Roger? Yeah, became the Pirate King? Because because still we don't even know where Roger got the fourth poneglyph in the Odin flashback, right? Mm-hmm. So more than likely, this person, whether it was somebody that Roger entrusted or somebody that was like, you know what, Roger was the last one to obtain it. He wasn't Joy Boy, so I'm going to get it. I'm going to keep it for myself, whether it be a Lunarian or whoever. It could be Scopper Gaban, maybe, because that may be the last. Like, if it's a new character and not a dragon, Scopper, the Lunarian thing that you're presenting, I like all of those. But again, that still leads us away from Elbaf. Like, that's the thing. Like, yeah. I just want my Usopp power up, dog. That's all I want. Every other one of the Straw Hats, I'm completely fine with. I'm just like, something with Usopp. You might not get it, man. Like, that might be, it might be a situation where Usopp has to meet his dad to like get stronger. Yeah, and then after, like I'm telling you, in the story, like after Luffy gets his dream, Usopp goes to Elbaf on his own type situation. Like, I'm a great warrior of the sea. Like, you gotta think Usopp doesn't want to go there till he feels he's a great warrior of the sea. He might not feel that yet. But see, well, how cool would it be, man, for Usopp to pick up Thor's hammer and do it? Oh, I'm with you. No. Look. Come on, man. Look. I'm with you. I want to go to Elbaf. I'm preparing us. That's all I'm doing. Because I don't want myself to be sad. So I'm just realizing where the story taking me. Like, I'm just saying it now, so we don't, get say One Piece goes from peak to mid. Or maybe if Kid, somehow becomes an antagonist of Elbaf, maybe that's something might have Usopp can deal with. Yeah. Don't do that. That's no diss to Kid. I'm not saying that. No. I'm not saying that's a diss to Kid. I'm saying Usopp would go there. I'm really throwing this figure away if that nigga lose to Usopp. I swear to God. Him and Killer lose to Usopp? You gotta go, nigga.
Hey man, I'm just putting something out there. I promise. I slander characters, but that's not kid slander. I promise.
No, that is.
That's not.
Oh, that's everything for this chapter. Jazz, tell the people where they can follow you on social media.
You can follow me at Jazzy Boy on Instagram. You can follow me at Real Jazzy Boy on Twitter. You can follow me on TikTok, Cornell D. God. If you like romance anime and you like the anime Nana, I have a review of that out on my channel, Jazzy Boy on YouTube.
Y'all make sure y'all go follow him. Check out his review, fire review. I don't even watch Nana, but just the way he did it made me want to get into watching it.
Everybody should be on shoujo, man. That's the new wave. I'm telling you.
Maybe. I gotta see some fights in there.
Fights? You want to see a cat fight?
I'm gonna go watch Legally Blonde. Shout out my nigga Jazz. Hey, you follow me at LibBWT. Follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. For those who watch this video and want to know what we talked about when we paused it to do the My Hero thing, go check that video out. Check out all the content on our YouTube. And if you like audio content, me and Jazz also host a podcast called the Bros Who Think Podcast. You can check that out. Some of the clips have been on YouTube. Have y'all been noticing? We're not going to put the full podcast on YouTube, but we will clip it and put things to get you interested to go check out the audio version, so you can do that as well. But a lot of content coming out. Subscribe to YouTube. Subscribe to Bros Who Think wherever you get podcasts. And until next time, peace.